Hi, my name is Ron Jacobs, and I'd like to take this opportunity to give you a brief overview of structured on-the-job training. Before I do that, I'd like to ask some very important questions about your organization. Is learning job skills important in your organization? Are those job skills learned through OJT, some form of learning on the job? Does the OJT include training documents for people to refer to during the training? Are your trainers qualified to deliver the OJT? And finally, the question can be asked is, are you getting the results that you want from your OJT? The answer to these questions are very important as we go forward and understand the opportunities that structured on-the-job training can provide for your organization. A quick look at what we're going to do in the next few minutes is to briefly review what is traditional OJT, provide an overview of SOJT, and then also provide a very brief overview of an advancement that we have for SOJT, and that's the digital platform called Situate. So let's get started. You know, all of our organizations, in one way or another, have traditional OJT. I took this picture at an organization, and as you can see, this may represent your organization in a lot of different ways. You can see the trainees are standing, and you can see the trainer on the left, maybe not quite as clearly, but that's the trainer on the left who's giving a demonstration. We call this traditional OJT because it's unplanned, it's unstructured. And there's other names for it. There's follow Joe training, there's buddy training, there's historically what was called sit by Sally training, babysitting, and the picture that we saw, ad hoc demo. The results of this are unpredictable work outcomes, unreliable work outcomes, increased frustration and anxiety among the trainees and also among the trainers as well. Obviously, this can contribute to turnover, increase quality, and safety issues as well. In the 1980s, I had the opportunity to participate in a project that revealed to me the importance of a more planned approach or structured on-the-job training. Structured on-the-job training has become one of the most important training approaches in organizations globally. As a result of the experiences that I've had and others, I've written 2 books that might be of importance to you as you think about structured on-the-job training. The one on the left is a focus book on text on SOJT, and the one on the right has to do with work analysis, the ability to document what people do in the workplace. Both of these are critical for understanding, implementing SOJT in organizations. The definition that we use is that SOJT is the planned process of having an experienced employee train a novice employee on a unit of work in the actual work setting, not in a classroom or a setting that resembles the work setting. So many times, for example, SOJT is used in simulators or laboratory settings, and it resembles the work setting in almost all respects, but it may not be the work setting. Just a summary of these 5 key points from the definition. It's a planned process. That means that you're designing the SOJT according to some established process. You're delivering the SOJT programs in a way that makes sense, following adult learning theory. And there's also a change management process involved as well. The experienced employee knows the work to be learned and also is qualified as an SOJT trainer. This is critically important for the success of the SOJT system. And of course, the novice employee who is the trainee is the right person experiencing the learning at the right time and the right content. Of importance for SOJT is to understand that people are learning units of work, not just a whole job or a combination of information, but learning units of work so that they can understand that this is a beginning and an ending of what it is that they have to learn. And of course, the final aspect of SOJT is it does not occur in a classroom setting, but it occurs in the work setting, the actual work setting. Well, over the years, SOJT has been implemented successfully in a number of different business sectors. Manufacturing, of course, as you might expect. In the financial sector, banking and insurance, for example, loan officers, branch managers. In the petroleum industry, where you have engineers and a high consequence of error, engineers and operators. In the pharmaceutical business sector, test equipment, device manufacturing, hospitality. SOJT has been used for customer service. In retail, SOJT has been used as part of developing managers and assistant managers. Increasingly, SOJT is part of apprenticeship programs, and we have been part of an IT apprenticeship, and that has been very satisfying to be able to make sure that the apprentices are learning the information reliably and predictably. And then, of course, there's the workforce development efforts that we've seen around the world. National policies focusing to a large extent on small and medium-sized enterprises. So these are just some of a quick summary of the ways that SOJT has been used. Now, in terms of its implementation, we see that SOJT has been used for addressing performance issues. There's a problem that needs to be addressed. People lack the knowledge and skills to do the work, and so SOJT is used to help fill the gaps. And a lot of times this has to do when jobs and work changes to catch up with those changes in the most efficient way possible. In many organizations, cross-training is important, increasing the employee flexibility. SOJT has been part of those efforts as well. Blended with other training approaches is when SOJT has been used as part of a classroom experience and then extends into a work experience as well, so that the entire learning is combined. This is important. This particular one, when we think about the 7-20-10 guidelines that many people are discussing these days. And then finally, SOJT has been used as part of the curriculum for an entire job. People learning their entire job through SOJT, although the prerequisites are learned outside of the SOJT. We have shown through research that has been published and is available for you to see, and we can share with you, that we can reduce reliably the training time from 4 to 6 times less time from traditional OJT and structured OJT. We can get people working faster, making contributions sooner. reducing the waste, fewer errors, better quality outcomes, fewer safety violations, fewer audit problems from ISO, FDA, and other quality management agencies. And we've also found that through SOJT, there's now greater trainee self-efficacy. People believe they can do the work and they understand the work faster. And the trainer's confidence in the ability of the trainees so that they're not fearful about releasing people to do the work after the training is completed. Well, now we have a very interesting development to share. Many of the things that we've done with SOJT, structured on the job training, have been derived from the early work during World War II, believe it or not, from the very famous Training Within Industry project. Now, it's not entirely duplicating what they did within the TWI project, but SOJT builds upon those early experiences. But now we have a whole different set of challenges in many organizations. We have developed a digital platform called Situate, and it's the opportunity to be able to not only use the platform to make SOJT much more easy and flexible in its use. Situate keeps the focus on skills development. Even though there's a digital platform, it's still focusing on skills development. It takes the design process and integrates it within the platform itself. So the users are both trainers, trainees, and also the learning and development people who are developing the training as well. It gives the opportunity for flexible delivery, either in person or virtually. So for example, if the trainer is in one location, then the training can be delivered to the trainee at another physical location. Situate gives value-added components, and it does it and makes it easier without changing the result of the training. This has been a brief overview of SOJT and also the advancements of SOJT in the form of the Situate digital platform. If you have additional questions, I would love to hear from you through email, and if you want additional information, please visit our website, situate-training.com. Thank you very much for your attention.